up, YouTube family? It's April G. Shaq'S back at y'all with a reaction. Doing something a little different today. I mean, y'all saw the title. I'm reacting to No Life Shaq'S Motivational Monday video that he put out today. I did watch it. But there's just some things that I want to add to it. I did ask his permission if I could react to it, and he told me to spread the word that it was fine. So appreciate that, Shaq. As most people know, No Life Shaq was my inspiration for starting my YouTube channel. Script work was my motivation for starting my YouTube channel. By the way, Script work just released a new series called The Bottom, inspired by Eminem's song Rock Bottom, and to pay homage to Eminem. It's absolutely amazing. Marcus and Lim over at Script Work are multi-talented, amazing people. They do it all, from reacting to rapping to writing to Lim is a videographer and a painter. They both act. They do it all. They do it all. And just like my little bro King Blitz, you know, they headed to superstardom. I mean, superstardom. And I am so grateful and blessed to know these people and be able to call them my friends. It's very humbling, and I'm honored just to be able to say they're my friends. But I'm proud of them, and if y'all hadn't seen that, y'all check that out over on the Scriptworks YouTube channel. So, freaking ankle hurts. Anyway, let's get into this video of Shaq'S, and I want to add some other perspectives to it. Alright, April G Squad, this month. Love y'all. I will provide the link to this video in the description box, so y'all could go check it out if you hadn't already. Show Shaq some love on it, and yeah. So let's get it. I have to start at the intro because I love his intro. I love his intro from what Randy Chris, shout out Randy Chris, put together to just Shaq in his intro. I love it. I swear.
Another Monday, man. Another Monday. I love Mondays now, man. Not only because we got Mumble Monday coming back today,
Yay.
but it's Motivational Monday, man. Y'all knew I was coming with this video. Y'all knew I was coming with this video, man. Y'all saw the title, bro. I ain't gonna waste y'all time, but I got it. But first, man, What's good, No Life Gang?
It's your boy, it's your homie, it's your
motivational friend Shaq, man.
Finish that,
hey, look,
man. Finish that, man. Finish that, man. Hey! Love it.
I didn't know what I wanted to talk about today, but I figured it out, man. I was in the shower and it just came to me, bruh. I was like, man, I gotta talk to the gang today about this right here. Now, what I want to talk to y'all about, is y'all saw in the title, is why you don't fit in. It's simple. You don't fit in because you was born to stand out. You are different from other people, bro. Now, for example, I told y'all, every video I make, it comes from a real space in my life. Growing up, right? I got 3 cousins.
I just want to add, same here. Every video I make, even down to the stuff I say in my reaction videos, comes from my own personal experiences in my life.
I got 3 cousins, Alan, D-Zach, and Juice. Y'all know one of them. His name is No Life AB on YouTube. That's Alan, D-Zach, and Juice. Them are all nicknames, by the way. Now, them was my 3 homies. Them was basically my friends. My friends growing up, even though we second cousins. We second cousins, but I always looked at them boys like my best friends. Even though we family. Now, with that being said, like I just told y'all, I got 3 cousins that I call my best friends. So what that tell y'all? Growing up, I didn't have friends. I didn't have friends. I didn't have what I thought was friends. I never liked clubbing. I don't drink. I don't smoke. For the most part, what you think? Shaq, you lame as hell. You don't do nothing. You don't do nothing. You don't fit in, right? No. A lot of y'all probably feel like that. Like, I don't fit in, man. Like, I don't.
Okay, so right there, I want to say how I grew up. From kindergarten through 4th grade, I was in Alabama, going to school in Alabama. Moved to Tennessee, and I started going to school here in Tennessee in 5th grade. Up through 11th grade, or up until 11th grade, not through 11th, but until 11th grade. I was always in the little popular crowd. Back in my day, we called them preps. The preps, I was a cheerleader and all that stuff. I made straight A's and was in the beta club. Hold on, my dog, of course, every time I start recording, goes to the door and starts acting crazy, scratching and stuff. So let her out the room. Not going back and forth, I'm recording. Okay, my bad. So, I was in with that crowd. And then, I started dating this guy. Oh, he was my first love and all that shit. We started dating when I was a freshman in high school, when I was 15. When I was a sophomore in high school, 10th grade, I was a cheerleader and all that. And now he played soccer, but he was more of I don't like saying goth, but that's what they called it back then, and the type of music I listened to up until I met him was mainly pop. I listened to Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men and Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, R.I.P. Speaking of Michael Jackson, if y'all didn't see already, I got my third poster today, which is Michael Jackson. That's my top 3 favorite artists of all time on my wall back there. Eminem, Tupac, and Michael Jackson. And happy Black History Month, by the way. I think it's awesome that I got my poster of Michael Jackson on the first day of Black History Month. So anyway, I listened to Prince. I listened to George Michael. I listened to a lot of hip hop as well. Eminem wasn't popular at this point. Eminem didn't really blow up till 1999, and that's actually the year I graduated high school. But anyway, I listened to Snoop, Tupac, 8-Ball and MJG, Lil Jon and Eastside Boys, a whole lot of R&B, R. Kelly. He was very popular back then, you know, and all that. And then when I started dating this other guy, he had long hair, wore the ponytail. He listened to Marilyn Manson and 9 Inch Nails and things like that, and hung around a whole different type of crowd than what I hung around, and Alanis Morissette. And so I got into all that music, and I started listening to all that type of music. Metallica, just about, you know, and I loved that music too. I don't just do just hip hop. I love just about every genre of music. And so, anyway, I painted my room dark purple with dark gray trim. I had black light in my room, and I had 9 Inch Nails poster, Marilyn Manson poster, and all that. And he smoked weed. Now, at this point in my life, I had never done any type of drugs at all, ever, or even drank or anything, smoked cigarettes. I had tried cigarettes, you know, just, you know, when I was like 14, you know, me and my cousins would go to my grandma's house and stay sometimes during the summer, and my older cousin that was a couple of years older than me, and my other cousin who's just a couple months younger than me, would sneak some of my grandma's cigarettes out of her pack, and we would go outside and sneak and smoke them. It was them long, skinny, dark brown Moore, Moore cigarettes. Terrible. But I didn't like start smoking. But he smoked cigarettes. He smoked weed and all that. And I started to kind of change. And I started, you know, at first I didn't. I remember I even broke up with him one time because he came to one of my basketball games. I was a cheerleader, like I said, during football and basketball. And he came to one of my basketball games high. And I could tell. And I got pissed. And I broke up with him over it and stuff. And he promised he'd stop, blah, blah. Anyway, we still, like I said, we got together my freshman year when I was 15 in December, and I broke up with him my sophomore year. We stayed broke up just a couple months, got back together. Then my junior year, when I turned 17, no, not when I was still 16. I had turned 17. Yeah, I had not turned 17 yet, because the first time I ever smoked weed, I was 16. So, He and I were actually going to the movie theater to see the movie Beavis and Butthead Do America. Shout out Beavis and Butthead, the original, the OG reactors. And he had rolled up a joint and offered it to me, and this, I decided to try it. And that's one of the worst mistakes I've ever made. And now, if you're someone who smokes weed, I'm not saying people who smoke weed are bad or you're doing something wrong. But for me, it was because I ended up being an addict. Of course, and this is one of my main messages of my video to go along with Shaq'S is you don't know. There's no way to know that you're an addict, that you're an alcoholic, unless you do it. I tell my son this all the time. You don't know unless you do it. So just don't do it. Just don't even do it. Don't even do it to find out. It ain't worth the risk. It's just not worth the risk. So, again, this is just my personal story, my experience, So anyway, I started smoking weed that day, and then I smoked weed daily from that day forward for a decade, 10 years. And then, I would drink occasionally, like on the weekends, we'd go to parties. I was very social. I did go to parties, and I was never home, ever, and didn't want to be home, and was constantly around my boyfriend and friends. I was always a person who thought I had to have a boyfriend, and I've always been the serious relationship type of girl. I wouldn't ever know hoe, you know what I'm saying, or nothing like that. It's just not my thing, just not who I am. And so I was, I did have a lot of friends, and then when I got with him, the popular prep crowd didn't want to hang out with me, and I pretty much turned my back on them as well and started hanging out with the other crowd. And then, all we did was, smoke weed, and we'd go bowling and to the movies and to parties and stuff like that, I only got high before I went to high school, one time, and that was enough because I just couldn't do that. But switched schools and everything for this guy because there's 2 high schools in my county, and one is in the city limits and one is out in the country. The one out in the country is the one I went to from 5th grade on, and then he went to the one in the city limits, so I switched schools to be able to be with him, and that lasted a whole 6 weeks. And then I hated that school. Me and him got in a fight, and then I went right back to the country school, out in the country. And the country school is where the school shooting occurred as well when I was a freshman in November of my freshman year. But anyway, so my crowd completely changed, and I was a social butterfly, I was never home and always gone. If I wasn't at school, that I was with my friends and boyfriend. And my junior year as well, I started skipping school to go hang out with the other crowd that didn't care about school, didn't go to school. I had made straight A's all the way through school up until 11th grade. And then, you know, I was in all honors classes, honors English, and all that stuff. And then I even switched my honors classes down to just college path classes. And because I just didn't care about school anymore either. All I cared about was being with my friends and boyfriend and getting high. Another mistake. I'm going to let Shaq talk some more, and then I'm going to add more to it.
I don't like doing stuff other niggas do. That's how I live my whole life. Still to this day, I still don't go nowhere. I have my fun in the house, bro. I still don't club. I still don't do all the extra stuff, bro. Even though I can do all this. But as I got older, I realized, Shaq, you not missing nothing, bro. You ain't missing nothing.
Facts.
I was always the type of person. This is my logic right here. Now, when you in high school, college, you go to the club to potentially get a new girl, right? To potentially bring her back home and go crazy. That was your goal, right? I was always the type of dude to stay at home with my girl.
You a rare breed, Shaq. Let me just say you. You know, there was one guy when me and my first love, one of the times we broke up, because we stayed together on and off all throughout high school, all throughout. I mean, we were together like 5-6 years, and he moved to Alabama, went to college, cheated on me and all that wonderful shit. But anyway, hell, he cheated on me when we were in high school, and I took him back like a dumbass. You know, what you allow is what will continue. You teach people how to treat you, and that's just facts. If they cheat on you, and then they beg and plead, oh, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again, it was a mistake, blah, blah, blah. You take them back. 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, they're going to do it again, because you're teaching them that you're okay with that behavior. And that if they say they're sorry, you'll take them back. So why would they change? Why would they not continue to do it? You know what I'm saying? Now, I did do the clubbing scene. I even worked at a club as a waitress for about 2 years. Went to the club every Friday and Saturday night. And now I went to drink and dance and listen to music. That's why I went. It wasn't for no guys. Because like I said, I never was the hoe type. You know what I'm saying? But props to you, Shaq, for being that kind of dude, because that's very rare. But there was one guy that I did date for a little while, and he was a very good guy, a guy like Shaq who just wanted to, chill and do the right thing, you know what I'm saying, and not do all that other shit. And I didn't want that guy. He treated me like a queen. And I wanted the bad boys. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the bad boys, the ones that treated me like shit. It's ridiculous. And I regret that now. You know?
What am I go to the club for when my girl right here? I have no reason to go to the club. So growing up, I really didn't fit in. But what you don't realize is when you ain't got no friends or when you don't fit in, all your blessings come to you. You ain't gotta worry about. You ain't gotta worry about nobody else's opinion. You ain't gotta worry about nobody stealing your energy. You ain't gotta worry about nobody bringing their negative energy to you. So being lame or not fitting in it's a good thing, bro. It's
Facts.
a great thing.
Facts.
Like I said, you're one of the chosen ones. If you feel like that, you are chosen, bro. You are chosen to be great. You got a bigger purpose than just partying or drinking. I know a lot of y'all feel like that, bro. I know a lot of y'all watching this vid live y'all life just how I used to live my life and still live my life. Now, with me always being by myself, right? Like I said earlier, you have time to work on yourself. You have nothing but time to figure out who you really are, bro. Like, what is your purpose? You have nothing but time on your hand. When you're by yourself, that's all you got is time. And that's all I had was time, bro. And look what I turned into. Look what I turned into. Them same girls that my homies used to go to the club to try to get, they all in my inbox now. Crazy, right? Crazy how the world work, right? Those same girls, them niggas used to go out every Friday, every Saturday, every...
They want that money. Shaq. You're no life Shaq. And I love yours and JoJo's relationship, by the way. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
weekend. They go get at the club. They eventually came back to me. And I ain't go to the club at all. I ain't smoke with these girls. I ain't drink with these girls. I ain't do nothing. That tells you right there, man, you're not missing anything at all, bro.
But also those girls, too, saw how those guys that did go to the club work. And then you get older and you realize all the time you wasted doing that shit. For what? For what? You know, and, you know, I was in a school shooting, I'm a survivor of a school shooting, like a lot of you already know, when I was a freshman. And then when I was a sophomore, when I was 16, it was in January. January is the first, I remember it was January, the first time I ever smoked weed, and we were going to go in to see that movie, Beavis and Butthead to America. So when it was January of 1997. Because I turned 16 in October of 1996. School shooting happened in November of 1995. I lost my best friend that day. I saw her get shot and killed. And I knew the shooter. He was basically my neighbor. We all rode the school buses together. It was crazy. It was one of the first school shootings in America. You could Google 1995 school shooting, and my school shooting will pop up because it was the only one that year. And it's before Columbine and everything. Columbine happened April 20th, 1998. But anyway, I got older and stuff, and I started trying different type of drugs. I did all kind of different type of drugs. I never shot up anything or anything like that. I did get a college degree. I got my nursing license when I went to nursing school. I graduated nursing school when I was 20 in September of 2001. And then I took my state boards in October of 2001 and turned 21 that October that year. And then I found out that I passed my state boards in November of 2001 and was a nurse. And before that, I was a CNA, a tech, a nurse's aide, whatever you want to call it. I got my nurse's technician certification when I was 17. And I worked through high school as well. So I did have a job. I worked at McDonald's, Subway, and then when I was a junior, that's when I got my tech certification, and then that's when I started the whole nursing career path, and loved it. And but my whole life now, I wanted to be a school teacher. I always wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be an English spelling teacher for 7th and 8th grade. That's what ever since I can remember. I had gray books, chalkboard, and all that kind of stuff. I would always play school. And then when the school shooting happened, I completely changed that, saying I ain't gonna be a teacher now. Ain't no way. Also, the day of the school shooting, he shot 2 teachers. One passed away, and one miraculously, my physical science teacher, miraculously survived. But never taught again, obviously. I mean, she was too scared. You know what I mean? And she had taught for many, 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 many years. And that day changed all of us. At that time, my school was K through 12. So kindergarten through 12th grade was there the day of the shooting. And, everybody that was there that day, whether you saw it or not, you heard it and you knew what was going on. Even though it was K through 12, it's still a little small country school. So, it changed everybody there in some way. And it changed me tremendously. Not only just being there when it happened, but seeing what I saw and going through that. And then nobody ever talked to me about it. Nobody ever asked me how I was or anything. I mean, like my family, nobody. Never got therapy, counseling, nothing like that. The school shooting happened on a Wednesday, November 15th, 1995. We didn't go to school Thursday. And then Friday, we went back to school. And, back then, that kind of stuff didn't happen. So nobody knew nobody knew how to deal with it back then. And it wasn't as normal as it is today. Today, if you hear about a school shooting or a mass shooting, nobody's surprised. You know what I'm saying? Back then, it was, it's still a big deal today, obviously. Anything like that's a tragedy, a catastrophe, and a huge deal. But it happens so much now that we as Americans have become desensitized to it. Now, I haven't, because I've actually been through one. So anytime I hear about a mass shooting of any kind, it doesn't have to be school shooting. The Walmart shooting that happened in Texas, the Las Vegas shooting, the Orlando club shooting, any type of mass shooting that happens, the movie theater in Colorado, the church. It affects me. I don't watch the news though. I have not watched the news since 1995 because of what I saw, because of one of the victims being my best friend. News reporters were all over my ass and constantly calling our house. Back then we didn't have cell phones, so constantly calling our house wanting me to do fucking interviews and shit, and I refused. I wouldn't do it. But I constantly watched the news to see what they were saying about my friend, the teachers, my school, and that completely turned me against the news. Because I saw what they were really about. I talked to them over the phone, and even, at 15, hell, I don't know how many news reporters I told off, and I'll get to my whole point of me telling y'all this about my life and myself in a minute. In just a minute. Shaq's almost finished, but I did do all that stuff. I was, I guess, the opposite of Shaq. Well, I was like Shaq up until, like I said, 11th grade. Well, other than the fact that I was very social and had a whole lot of friends and all that, and was never, ever, ever home, and did go to parties and that kind of stuff.
Find your purpose, man. You might feel alone. Anybody that feel like they can't be alone, they need validation from other people. Do y'all know some people that feel like they gotta be around the crowd all the time, or they gotta be in the spotlight all the time? Those people are not happy, bro.
Facts.
Those people are not happy, man. If you constantly feel like you gotta be around people or the spotlight, or you, like, even in a relationship, you feel like you can't be single.
Right. That used to be me. I thought I had to have a boyfriend all the time. And if I didn't know what to do with myself. And the times that I was single, then I constantly always be around friends. At one of my friends' houses. Or in the car riding around back roads smoking weed. You know what I'm saying?
You're not truly happy, man. You're not happy with yourself at all. You need validation from those people that you're trying to go around. You need them to tell you that you lit. You need them to tell you that you're going to be great. But the chosen ones don't need nobody. We don't need nobody but ourselves, bro. That's all you need. So if you don't fit in, bro, you're on the right path. If you don't fit in, that's the first step to greatness. Being alone. Like Tupac said, being alone makes you strong, man. And I always understood that even when I was a kid. Being alone makes you strong, man.
And see, I didn't ever think that. I didn't want to be alone. And I learned that from mainly my mother. Because her and my mom and dad divorced when I was 7. She immediately remarried, like within 2 months. And her and my dad were together 17 years. And then they weren't married very long. Her and my first stepdad, I don't even like saying that. He was a terrible, terrible person. And then my dad met someone. My dad got remarried in 1989. I believe I was 9. So 1990, I was 9. And then several months after my dad got remarried, my mom got remarried again to my second stepdad. And my dad is still currently married to my stepmom. They've been together ever since then. And they had a child together, my little brother Jordan. And my little brother Jordan, now before they had a child together though, I had a big brother. My mom and dad, me and my little brother had the same dad, different moms. Me and my big brother had the same both parents. So we were, but to me it ain't no different. Both of them are my brothers. But my big brother was 9 years older than me. My big brother was born in 1971. My dad had a kid in every decade. My big brother was born in 1971. I was born in 1980. My little brother was born in 1993. So with my big brother being almost a decade, 9 years older than me, he saw a lot of stuff between our parents that I didn't see. And then once he graduated high school, he moved to a different city and went to college. And then he moved to a whole different state. He moved to Florida, to West Palm Springs, Florida, and he became a chef. And so my big brother and I never had a relationship like that. We just didn't. And then when my dad remarried my stepmom and they had my little brother, I was 13 years older than my little brother. So he was almost like a kid to me. I changed his diapers, taught him his ABCs, taught him how to swim. And then as he grew older, up into being a teenager and stuff, we became best friends. And but he was diagnosed with brain cancer when he was 11. They found a tumor on his brain in December 2004, and they had to do brain surgery and to try to remove all of the tumor and to biopsy it to see if it was malignant cancer. And then in January 2005, I was 24. I was a nurse. In January 2005, we found out it was cancer. And that changed our lives forever, obviously. And, he went through a year of chemo. He had to have another brain surgery. Went through 6 weeks of radiation to his brain and spine. Did a year of chemo, and then he went into remission. And we thought that part, the cancer part of our lives, was done. We are believers in God and in Jesus, and my little brother was a minister and a missionary, and he had to go every 6 months to get brain MRIs to make sure, it was clear. And every 6 months he'd go, every 6 months they'd be clear. And we just got used to that. We would, of course, get nervous. You get nervous anytime you're going for any kind of medical test like that. But they would always come back clear, And then in 2011, it came back. He lacked. I'm trying to hold it together. He lacked 3 months. 3 months or 5 months. And he would have been considered cured. And it came back when he was 17. in 2011. And during all this, my big brother was not around. Now, he would send me a Christmas card and a birthday card, but we didn't talk on the phone. We had no relationship, me and my big brother. But me and my little brother we were like this. So his cancer came back in 2011. I had my son when I was 26 in 2007. On August 29th, on Michael Jackson's birthday. Named him after Michael Jackson. His name is Jackson. He's now 13. The joy of my life. And when I got pregnant, I quit everything. I quit smoking weed and the little... I never really liked alcohol because I do have, unfortunately, a lot of alcoholics in my family. So I always hated alcohol. But, I would drink on occasion, like if I went to the club or if I went to a party. But I never liked it or really cared about alcohol. But when I got pregnant, I was smoking weed and I was taking pain pills. But not real bad, but I was still taking them recreationally. But when I got pregnant, I stopped everything because I was pregnant, and I thought that was it. I was done, Had my son August 29th, 2007, and I had to have a C-section. I didn't have to have a C-section. I chose to have a C-section. My doctor gave me the choice, and I chose to have a C-section. And, had a C-section, and I was prescribed pain medicine because it's major surgery. And at first, I took them as prescribed, and then I got I got a prescription after I had the C-section, and then he refilled it once. And then after that, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia and degenerative joint disease, both of which are very painful diseases. And I was prescribed pain medicine indefinitely. And I was prescribed to take it 4 times a day. And within 4 years, I went from taking it as prescribed 4 times a day to taking anywhere, and I am not exaggerating, to taking anywhere from 40 to 60. 40 to 60, which is a whole prescription, pain pills a day. I would take 9, 10 at a time. And by, that 4th year, I didn't even feel them no more. I was still nursing. I still worked full time. Took care of my shit. Took care of my kid. I was what you call a functioning addict. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew. Nobody in my family knew. Nobody, And then I woke up one day, Friday, August 5th, 2011, and looked at my son, who was 3 at the time, who was asleep in the bed beside me, and said, "What are you doing?" His father's never really been in the picture. So I am my son's mom and dad. And it's just like God spoke to me. And now, when I woke up that morning, as soon as my eyes would wake up, I would take pills. So I took what I normally took. And by this time, I'm just taking them to not be sick. Just to be able to function without being sick. I didn't get high off of them anymore. Taking 8, 9, 10 at a time. Not feeling them. And like I said, still going to work and all that stuff. But that Friday I woke up, looked at my son, took what I normally took, looked at my son, started crying, picked up my phone, and called rehab. That Sunday, August 7th, 2011, I went to rehab. And then August 8th, that Monday, August 8th, 2011, is my clean date, my recovery date. And I've been clean ever since, but it has been a struggle. It has been a struggle. It has not been easy. It's a battle. You always have that addiction part of your brain, especially when shit hits the fan in your life. And it can be little petty shit, but anytime that little demon, I call it a demon of addiction, will talk to you in your brain and tell you, you need to go get you some pills, or you need to go get you this or that, whatever your drug of choice may be. And after I got clean in 2011, now while I was in rehab, my son turned 4, so I missed his 4th birthday. My little brother's cancer had come back, as I said, in 2011, so he was on chemo. And I turned 31 while I was in rehab. And then I stayed in rehab 3 months, got out, went back to work at the same hospital I was working at when I went to rehab, because, I didn't get in trouble or nothing like that at work, nothing like that. I decided I needed help and went and got that help, which I'm very grateful for. I was not forced to go, asked to go, or anything. I just knew I needed to go. I finally swallowed my pride and reached out for help. And it's the second best decision I've ever made in my life. The first best decision being giving my life to God and Jesus. However, I am not religious. I hate organized religion. Hate it. But if there's a religion you follow, that's cool. I don't trash other people or put other people down just because they believe differently than me, have different views than me, grew up differently than me, whatever it may be. I just don't do that, because, I grew up and stuff. Now, with what Shaq'S talking about, that there's people that need validation from others. I unfortunately do crave other people's approval and validation to this day, but that stems from my entire life being mentally, emotionally, and verbally abused and told all the time nothing but everything negative about myself. If I made an A, it should have been an A plus. I wasn't a real nurse because I wasn't an RN. I was an LPN. You know what I'm saying? Which they're the same thing. The only difference is a RN, at least in the state of Tennessee, a RN can pronounce people dead. LPNs can't. And there are 12 medications that only RNs can push through an IV that LPNs can't. That's the only, and the money is different. RNs make more money than LPNs, but LPNs still make pretty good money. I was always told I wasn't a real nurse. When I got out of rehab, I gained a lot of weight because I started having thyroid issues, and I was put on medication for my PTSD because I do have mental illness. I have PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. I have major depression. I have chronic panic disorder, anxiety, chronic insomnia, which is related to the PTSD. So I was put on medications for these things, and one of the medications, Seroquel is the medication, made me gain weight as well as the thyroid problems. So I got up to 255 pounds. And so then you know, instead of being told, oh, I'm proud of you because you got off of pills, you got clean, you went to rehab, you got help, instead of being told that, then I was told I was fat. I needed to lose weight. You know, so just always told nothing but the negative stuff about myself. My whole life. To this day. To this very day. And, you know, they call me a liar, a junkie. I allow Satan to control my mind and my life. I'm a bad mom. You name it, I'm fat still, even though I've lost 80 pounds. I'm fat. I had my thyroid surgically removed in 2015 because they thought I had cancer because I had tumors on my thyroid, but thank God I did not. It was not cancer. But I do not have a thyroid gland. Your thyroid gland regulates your weight, your metabolism, your mood, your appetite, your sleep, your skin, like I have real dry skin, your body temperature. So like I used to be really, really cold natured. Now I'm really, really hot natured. I have an extreme intolerance for heat. And then the medication made me gain weight, and so I had to make a choice because my doctors, both my medical physician and my psychiatrist, told me, you know, as long as I was on that medication, that helped me because I have flashbacks and nightmares and that kind of stuff, and insomnia from the PTSD, which is related to the school shooting. And my little brother having cancer and stuff, but I was told as long as I stayed on that medication, I would continue to gain weight. And I was always skinny my whole life. Like if I were to show y'all pictures of me from high school, you wouldn't believe it was me. When I got pregnant, my teeth started messing up real bad. Then I got in an accident and my bottom teeth down here were knocked out, and now they started rotting, and I got these two right here, and then I have my upper teeth are dentures because I had to have those pulled. And I don't have dental insurance, and after going through getting upper dentures and having 16 teeth pulled one day, going through all that pain and shit, I'm scared to death to do it again with my lowers, and I don't have the money or dental insurance to have the surgery because with my lowers, they're so bad that I'm going to have oral surgery, be put to sleep and all that. So my teeth are just going to be how they are. I was going to have the surgery, and then my blood pressure started messing up in 2019. Right after I started my channel, I actually had the surgery scheduled. My father was going to help with it, but my blood pressure and stuff started really messing up, and I couldn't have the surgery. And so, you know, here it is a year and a half later, and my teeth are still messed up. I'm very self-conscious about my looks and my teeth, and I think I'm extremely disgusting and ugly and fat, and have extremely low self-esteem and low self-confidence. And, you know, it all stems from years of mental, verbal, emotional abuse. So I do seek approval and validation from others, like even on YouTube. You know, if I'm very sensitive. And if I message somebody or something and I don't hear back from them for a little bit, I take it personally and think that I did something wrong and that they're mad at me or they're upset with me or, I did something wrong because I am my family's whipping post. Now, I'm not saying this to play the victim. I'm not playing the victim here. I want to make that clear. I'm just saying a lot of times there are people who do seek approval and validation from others uh, because of years of abuse and being put down by everyone around you. And, when the two people who are supposed to love you unconditionally, which are your parents, do nothing your whole life put you down and abuse you, you start to believe what they tell you. You know what I'm saying? And I have this thing that I say, watch what you say to your children because one day it will become their inner voice. And it's so true. I'm living it. But I'm learning. I learned a lot about myself in rehab. When I got out of rehab, I went to NA and AA, Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous. Even though alcohol was not my drug of choice, it's still just what I needed to do for me. And I worked off 12 steps, which totally changed me. And I became more open-minded about things. And, and then in 2015, my little brother passed away. He was 21, and he passed away from brain cancer. January 2016, my grandmother passed away. June 2017, we got a phone call that my big brother was sick, and then he moved to Tennessee here with us, and my mom took care of him. I helped, and then my big brother passed away in February 2018 from cirrhosis of the liver related to alcoholism. So, and trying to stay clean and be in recovery through all that has been very difficult. I've always wanted my father's approval and have never gotten it and still don't have it. A lot of I do have CHF, congestive heart failure, now. And when I told my dad, he told me straight up that I deserved it and that I deserved to die young because I did it to myself because of my past, me doing drugs or pills, and all that. And there's so many things I could tell y'all that's been said to me by the people I love the most. Like, I can't even fathom saying those things to my child. But I did learn from it, and that's what I'm getting to, is I learned what not to do. I could choose to repeat the cycle of abuse. But instead, I chose to change and break the cycle. And I always talk very openly and honestly with my son about everything. He knows all about my past, all about my fuck-ups. Because I want him to know people fuck up, but you can change. You are not your mistakes that you've made. It does not matter what you did in your past if you're not doing it today. And then I'm still learning how to try to love myself. That's very difficult for me. Um, I I went from being like a social butterfly, like I was saying earlier, to now I'm very isolative. I'm right here in this room most of the time. If I'm not working on my channel, then I'm watching videos or spending time with my son or at the doctor or I run to the store or the pharmacy to get our medicine. And that's it. That's all I do. I don't do anything. I don't see friends, go anywhere, which I don't have any real like friends I can hang out with here in my hometown. Um, I can't really have a lot of conversations on the phone very much because my mother lives with us and she listens to my phone conversations even though I'm 40 years old, which, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, in 2018, my big brother passed away in February. I was still working as a nurse then, and then I started having real bad health issues, and then I could no longer physically work, so I had to give up nursing, which was horrible. And I lost my home, and me and my son had to live with my mom, and we're still living with my mom. We recently moved from our other house to a different house, same town, just not even a mile from where we used to live. But I often feel like a failure and a bum and all that because now I struggle greatly financially. I have a difficult time asking people for help and reaching out to people because I feel like that I'm annoying people. I annoy people and I don't want to bother people. And I know everybody's got struggles. Everybody's got shit going on in their lives. So I don't want to seem like I'm being selfish and like what I got going on in my life is worse than what other people have going on in their lives. Because we all have shit that we deal with. And so, you know, my message is I agree with Shaq about not fitting in. I don't fit in, but I have no desire to fit in. I don't want to fit in. I want to be me, and I'm an open book. Too damn open. I'm very emotional and sensitive, and I'm working on not feeling like I need other people to like me, validate me, approve of me, compliment me, praise me. I'm working on that, but it's a struggle. It's a struggle. I mean, every day I get it. If it ain't every day, it's every other day. I get messages from my dad of Bible verses and asking me, you know, am I living a life of sin and, you know, that kind of stuff. And now I do believe in the Bible, and that's fine. And you know, I cut my dad and my stepmom out of my life for a long time. Well, for me, it was a long time. It was, you know, from July until Christmas Eve. July this past year, 2020, until Christmas Eve last month, you know. after he told me I deserved to die, that was it. I cut ties for a while, and then Christmas Eve they showed up here, and now we're talking again. But I have to make a decision that I know how they think and how they are, and that's who they are, and so I have to say, okay, if I'm going to keep them in my life, I have to just accept the fact that that's who they are. That's how they think. They're never going to accept me for me. They're always going to put me down. So I have to just accept that and have them in my life, or cut ties. And then I always have an issue with the whole cutting ties thing because of all the death and loss I've experienced in my life. I'm scared that if I cut ties, something bad is going to happen to them, and then I'll feel like a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though I did it for the right reason, for my own mental, emotional health, I would still feel terrible if something were to happen to him and I wasn't talking to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's a struggle, and we all have our own battles and our own struggles, and that's okay. What's not okay is allowing those battles and struggles to consume you. You know what I'm saying? To steal your joy, to make you forget about all the things in your life that you do have to be grateful for, the blessings in your life that God gave us, or that we have that we didn't even ask for. Me and my son, while I struggle greatly financially, we do have a roof over our head. We do have food to eat. We have clothes on our backs. My son is healthy. I mean, he's sick right now, but I mean healthy as far as he don't have any major diseases, like my little brother had cancer and stuff like that. And so, and he's smart, and me and him have a very good relationship, and he feels comfortable coming to me and talking to me about anything, and I always wanted to make sure that he would feel comfortable to talk to me without feeling like I'm going to judge him or put him down or call him names, which I have never done. Now, I'm not a perfect parent by any means, but I've never laid a hand on my son. I've never called him a name. I've never cussed him out. I cuss around my son, but I don't cuss at my son, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I make sure his schoolwork comes first, and I've taught him about drugs, every drug there is. I showed him what they look like, told him what they do to you or can do to you, everything. But I guess my message, along with Shaq'S, is it is okay to not fit in. God didn't make me to fit in. Like Shaq said, he made us, we were made to stand out, to stand apart. I don't want to be a part of the crowd. I want to be me, which is why I am alone. I choose now. I hadn't been with a man in over 4 years in any type of way by choice, and it's going to stay that way. I don't have any desire to be in a relationship. And I'm grateful for that, because for my whole life I thought I had to be in one to feel worthy, to feel needed, wanted, whatever. And now I don't have that need anymore as far as romantically, you know what I'm saying? Um, but it is nice, you know, sometimes, especially when you're a woman, to feel attractive or pretty or whatever. You know, I have a hard time accepting compliments. It's crazy because it's like I want people to like me and accept me, and I want people to praise me. Not every day, all the time, like, oh, we bow down to you, April. But I'm saying, like, because I've never gotten that pat on the back, I'm proud of you. I've never had that. And I'm 40. I do crave that. Even though I shouldn't, I do. I'm just being honest. And I'm working on it. I'm trying. I try so hard to not need that. But like I said, I just have to work, and I pray constantly all day, every day. And as y'all know, I'm a writer and a music lover. So, you know, my therapy is prayer, writing, and music. And, you know, we're all works in progress. All of us. We are all works in progress. And it's okay to make mistakes. Uh, just don't make the same mistake twice, because the first time it's a mistake, the second time it's a choice. Um, you're not your past. You're not your mess ups. You're not what you've done, you know. Um, and it's important to remember that. And but it's, you know, it's also, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to say, hey, I'm not okay. That is okay. What's not okay is to stay stuck in that mentality. You know what I mean? And allow that to make you forget the good things and blessings and things you have to be grateful for in your life. Because while we do all have, like I said, struggles and shit that we need to work on, and things that we're all battling, whether it be mental illness, physical illness, family issues, whatever your struggles may, financial issues, whatever it may be, you know, you still have a lot to be grateful for. And it's important, it is so important to know that, recognize that, and show gratitude, show people that you're grateful for them, show people that you appreciate them, um, while they're still here, and while you're still here. Because I mean, your life or people you love's lives can be gone like that in the blink of an eye. By the way, speaking of that, rest in peace to Dustin Diamond, Screech from Saved by the Bell. I've seen every episode of Saved by the Bell, the old school Saved by the Bell with Zach and Screech and all them. And he was diagnosed with small cell carcinoma, which is a form of cancer, very aggressive form of cancer. Just 3 weeks ago, y'all. 3 weeks ago, he was diagnosed with cancer, and now he's not here anymore. You know, so we just never know. So it's important to never take your life or the people you love's lives for granted. It's important. I hate that saying. There's always tomorrow. I hate that saying because no, there's not. There may not be tomorrow. That's why I try to live in today. Yes, you should prepare for the future and have goals, realistic goals for yourself and stuff, but it's important to live in the moment, in today, in right now. You know what I'm saying? I could go on and talk for hours. This video's probably an hour. I don't know how long it is. But Shaq's got like 2 minutes left, so let's let him finish.
Like I said, you have nothing but time. Nothing but time to work on yourself. Nothing but time to figure out your real purpose. Figure out your real purpose in life.
That's another thing. Figure out your purpose. If you are still on this earth and alive, you have a purpose. Because if you did not have a purpose, you would not still be here. Period. Dot the end. Period. Dot the end. We and every single human being on the planet has talents, gifts that you were given. It's just up to you to find what those talents, what those gifts are, and then figure out what you're going to do with them. You know, like one of my gifts is writing. And the first 2 or 3 months, I didn't share any of my writing with y'all or on my channel. And then I began sharing my writing with y'all. And then I began writing remixes to beats. And then I started rapping what I write. And although like I always say, I'm not a rapper, I'm a writer. If I was ever offered to go to a studio and at least try to rap a song or a verse, then I 100% would take that opportunity. Never, ever, ever pass up opportunities either, because you may never get it again. As Eminem says in the song Lose Yourself, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo. You know? And look at Eminem. I mean, look how he grew up. He was poor. He got bullied and all that. And now look at it. I mean, while we cannot choose where we come from, you can't choose who you are. You 100,000 million%, it's your choice who you become. Are you going to allow your past to define you? Or are you going to say, no, I'm going to do better. I'm going to break the cycle of abuse. I'm going to, not do what was done to me. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let Shaq finish.
Man, and when you do, that's going to be the best thing you ever did for yourself. Because then, you want to know what? You know how you didn't fit in all your life? You know how you felt like you had 0 friends all your life? All that's going to come to you without you even trying. But your whole life, you was trying to fit in. You was trying to go to every party. You was trying to be at every concert, every house party, every get together. You was trying to be there. But when you separate yourself, all that's you're going to be like a magnet. All that stuff going to be attracted to you.
Facts.
When you really start truly loving yourself and find who you really are and find your purpose, all that's gonna come to you without no effort, bro.
Facts.
No effort.
Facts.
You ain't even gonna pay it no attention, but it's all gonna be there.
Yep.
And you not even gonna care. So for all my ones that feel like they ain't got no friends, they don't fit in, like they not popular. Like I know I got some kids watching. You might feel like you not popular at school. You're on the right path, bro. You don't gotta be popular to be somebody, bro.
Facts.
You really don't.
That's facts.
You really don't.
That's facts.
Money and fame, it means absolutely nothing, bro.
Yep.
If you're not truly happy with yourself, you're not rich or you're not famous. And when I say rich, you're not rich in spirit. You might have all the money in the world, but you're not happy with it. What's the point of having money if you're not happy with it? What's the point of having fame if you're not truly happy? Bro, the first love you gotta find is self-love. Before everybody else can love you, you gotta love yourself, man.
That's true.
Hope y'all have a blessed Monday, man. I'm gone.
Thank you, Shaq. That's a beautiful video, and everything he said was nothing but facts. Everything. And the link to his video, as I said, it's in the description box. So y'all make sure to go show Shaq some love on this. He deserves it. He continues to be my inspiration with my channel to this day. There have been a couple of times in my life, you know, a lot of times in my life, I felt suicidal. I just didn't want to be here anymore. I still have those thoughts and feel that way at times, but I would never do anything to take my own life because I do have a child who depends on me, and it's not up to me to decide when I leave this earth. It's up to God to decide that. And you know, I wouldn't want to put my family through another loss if they don't have to go through another loss. You know, I've seen how the loss of both of my siblings has affected my whole family. And I wish so bad I could do something to help my parents and take away their pain and their grief. And I don't talk to them about my grief because I lost both of my siblings and I grieve every day. You know, grieving, if you've ever lost anyone you love, grieving is a lifelong process. It never goes away. You know, people say it gets better with time. No, it don't. No, it don't. That's a lie. You just learn how to live with it. You learn how to live with it. And you have to learn how to not allow that grief of losing someone you love so much to consume you. And you have to think about that person or the people that you've lost, that you love, that loved you, and what would they want for you? They wouldn't want you to sit around and be crying and sad and grieving and depressed all day, every day. They would want you to be successful and happy and all that stuff, you know. And for those of us who do struggle or suffer with mental illness, it's a daily battle, you know. And if you don't have mental illness, be very grateful because it sucks. And it's not something that you just, you know, there are those people, my father is one, there are those people who have the mentality to just suck it up, just let it go, that kind of mentality. And that's cool if that's who you are and how you deal with things. But, you know, when you have true mental illness, whether it be depression, anxiety, PTSD, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. There's many, many, many. Um, you can't just suck it up and get over it and let it go. I mean, it just, if we could, don't you think we would? You think people with mental illness enjoy having that? Just because you can't physically see someone's illness, whether it be a physical illness or a mental illness, just because you can't physically see it does not mean it's not there. You know, and I always say, you know, it's important that we respect each other even if we don't agree on anything. I always say we do not have to agree on one thing. Nothing. Nothing. To respect each other. But in the world we live in today with social media and everything, you know, unfortunately the world we live in today promotes hate and fake over love and real, you know, and it's sad, but it's true. So, you know, Tupac said it best, R.I.P. Tupac. He said, you know, the realer you are, the less friends you have. And that is 1,000,000,000% true. But that don't mean you sit around and feel sorry for yourself because you don't have any friends or many friends. It means you be confident in who you are, in your truth, and be true to yourself. Be real. I'm going to always be April. I'm going to always be me. I'm going to always be emotional. You know, it's just who I am. I'm going to always be an open book because that's who I am. And it, you know, that makes a lot of people feel uncomfortable. It makes a lot of people view that as weakness. Having emotions, being a sensitive human being, wearing your heart on your sleeve is not weakness. That's not weakness. It's strength. And you just have to find who you are and be that. And stay true to that. And don't compromise who you are, what you believe, what you feel for anything or anyone. Ever. You know? I could go on and on and on, and if y'all want me to do more videos like this, let me know in the comments. But I saw this video and I felt led in my spirit to react to it, but you know, I needed to ask permission first. I didn't want to just do it without asking Shaq'S permission, you know, out of respect and just, you know. But thank you, Shaq, for allowing me to react to this and give, you know, my perspective and my personal life experiences on it. Unlike Shaq, I talk a whole lot more and my videos are a whole lot longer. And I know a lot of people don't like that. But again, that's who I am. And it's not going to change. And, you know, I never in a million years thought I would be a YouTuber. Ever. I was a nurse for 20 years. I thought that's what I was meant to do forever. And that's what I would be doing forever. But that's not... That was what I was meant to do for that time. But then God had other plans. I just had to figure out what those are. And so now here I am. And I'm April G. Showers on YouTube. And, you know, I lost both of my siblings, you know, and gained I lost 2 brothers. And then when I started YouTube, in the course of a year, I gained 6 brothers. 100 Koofies, King Blitz, Marcus and Lim from script work, Merkle's, and then probably my best friend in the whole world, Devo the Ambivert. Go subscribe to all their channels, by the way, if you're not already. But, and in my 1 year of being a YouTuber, I've gained over 5,000 subscribers. This beautiful community got together and made this beautiful 1 year anniversary on YouTube video just for me, and it's my highlighted video on my channel, and it will probably always be, to be honest with y'all, because that video is the absolute nicest thing anyone has ever done for me in my entire life. And this man right here, who has almost 3 million subscribers, took time to make a video to go in that video for little old me. I reacted to that video and I bawled my eyes out because it made me feel special and proud of myself, and like people do care about me. And then being invited to Crips Cookout and being able to go to that and meet so many amazing people in this community. You know, I met all of my brothers except for Shaq and Devo. You know, I have a song coming out. Like, 100 Koofies is making one of my writings into a rap song, and it's going to be on his upcoming new album. What the hell? I never in a million years thought what has happened over this last year would be my life. And I'm 40, y'all. I'm 40. I'm not 25. I'm not, you know, a spring chicken. So it's never too late to find your purpose. And your life, you may think that you're meant to do this. Like, I was a nurse for all that time, and I thought that's, but then all of a sudden, that ain't there no more for whatever reason. And then God has a different plan for you. You know what I'm saying? And life is what you make it. Social media is what you make it. You know. When you have a public platform, you're going to receive, and the more you grow as far as in your following, your numbers, the more hate and stuff you're going to receive. So you have to grow thick skin, and I've gotten a lot better at it. The random hate troll comments that I get don't bother me at all on my videos anymore. They used to, but not anymore. I mean, somebody just last night commented on my As Is diss, that funny ass As Is diss that I did, and told me, it said, "You sound like a battered wife. Quit while you can, or quit while you're ahead, Shrek," or something. And I replied, never been married by choice, and you're the perfect example of why, donkey. You know? And I just think it's funny. It's when people stop talking about you that you need to worry, whether it's negative or positive. You know what I'm saying? If you have haters, that means you're doing something right. So now I let that hate motivate me to, and it validates that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing right now, today, in this moment. I still struggle with self-esteem and self-confidence and depression and stuff like that, but I am truly blessed, and I'm grateful. Again, thank you, Shaq, for this video that he did today, because I've been having a rough day, and hell, I've been having a rough months, plural. You know, my son had COVID. He's sick again. I've got a wound on my ankle right now that's got staph infection. That if it gets into my bloodstream and spreads to my heart, I'll die. You know what I mean? Like, all this stuff. But, and now I have felt really, really bad that I haven't been able to produce the videos and the content for y'all that I usually do because of my health issues right now. But I'm trying really hard. I'm in a lot of pain with my ankle. And I can't take pain medicine, you know, because I'm in recovery. But I'm trying to work through it and fight through it and still give y'all the content that y'all deserve. And also, this is my full-time job. This is my only source of income. And I, as I said, am my son's mom and dad. And I have to provide for him. And you know, my goal with my channel is not to be rich or famous. My goal is to simply, no matter how big my channel may get, to always stay true to who I am, and always be the real April, the same April on camera as I am off camera. So far, I've stayed true to that. And to one day hopefully have just a sustainable income to be able to provide for myself and my son. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If it grows to be something bigger than that, cool. But I'll be happy to be able to just not struggle like I am right now, you know. And I'm trying. I just started a Patreon. The link to that is in the description box. I have 5 patrons, which I'm very, very grateful for. Shout out to all five of y'all. It helps me more than y'all know. I finally have merch, my Holy Mother merch. I'm working on the fist bump merch, having copyright issues with that, but I'll get it out eventually and work, you know, get that done eventually. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm proud of where I am today. And that at 40 years old, I'm a successful reactor bar catcher on YouTube. And to me, success don't mean money. It means I love what I do. I'm very grateful for my supporters out there. I'm very honored and humbled that people actually want to watch my videos and care what I have to say, even if they're 3 hours long. So at the end of the day, y'all, I may complain sometimes, or a lot of times. I may talk about my struggles a lot, but I do that because that's what I need to do. For me, it's very toxic to bottle things inside for me. Now, a lot of people are private people and don't want to share their lives like that publicly, and that's totally cool. Again, be true to you and who you are. But for me, that's very toxic, and I don't have like a support system in my real life at home to be able to talk to like that. So y'all are my support system, and I'm grateful for that. And if it makes other people feel uncomfortable, or if other people view that as me being weak, or me playing the victim, or me being a woe is me type person, or whatever, that's, that's cool. They can think that. But I know the truth. God knows the truth. And the people who really, really watch me and really, really know me know the truth. And know I'm not a victim ever. I'm a survivor. I have the Chinese symbol for survivor tattooed on the back of my neck for a reason. And I'm going to shut up, but I'm going to leave y'all with this. My life motto. My life motto is Galatians 6:9. It is tattooed on my back. And it says, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." And I think that's beautiful. In other words, don't grow weary, upset, disheartened from doing good, doing the right thing to the best of your ability. Because in the proper time, in God's time, in the proper time, be patient. You will reap a harvest. You will be rewarded. You will be blessed. As long as you don't give up. Keep grinding. Whatever your passion is, keep working on that and strive to be better than you were yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And we're all going to fail in some way every single day because we're human. And that's okay. But don't dwell on your failures or your mistakes or whatever. You know what I mean? And then always try to help others in whatever way you can. That's very important, is to help others in whatever way you can. Whether that's talking to someone in need, just listening, or praying for someone, or checking on someone, or whatever it may be, So yeah, I just felt led to do this. Whoever is supposed to hear this message and watch this will. This is probably a long ass video too. Again, it's who I am. It's just who I am, y'all. So, to those of you who watched it through the end here, thank you. To those of you who support me and my channel in any way, whether it's just watching my videos, liking them, commenting on them, disliking them, because that's still supporting my channel, buying any of my merch, dono requests. Now I have a Patreon that I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, but I'm learning. Regardless, hitting the subscribe button, whatever it is, however you choose to support me and my channel, which in turn helps to support my child. which is my #1 concern. Y'all will never, ever, 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 ever know how grateful and appreciative and honored and humble I am by that. So thank you to my YouTube community, family that truly supports me and accepts me for me and my batshit crazy ass and talking ass. Thank y'all. I love y'all. But yeah, the link to this again in the description box. Link to my Patreon. Link to my merch in the description box as well. Hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope I can do some more reactions. At least one reaction to tonight. I'm hurting pretty bad right now. My ankle is, and I hadn't eaten nothing all day, so I'm about to grab something to eat and prop my foot up for a little while. But I'm gonna try my best, I promise y'all, to get a reaction out, at least one reaction out tonight for y'all, besides this one. And thank y'all too, those of you who for being understanding. Thank y'all. So yeah, y'all comment below y'all's thoughts. Go show Shaq some support. Please like this video on your way out. A lot more important than you think. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already. April G Squad, fist bump. Love y'all. And I'll see y'all just a little bit.